Hi, Tefl-Dude here, and recently there has been a development of interactive light bulbs which have a chip in them so that you can use your phone and your voice to change them from bright to dim, and they also offer an array of different colours that you can change when the mood takes you. Hey Siri, double lamps purple.
Okay, done.
And you can see the double lamps have turned purple. Hey Siri, double lamps off.
Okay, done.
Okay, so that was using my iPhone. Now using the Android, hey Google, turn desk lamp off.
Sure, turning the desk lamp off.
Hey Google, turn cozy desk lamp on.
All right, activating the cozy desk lamp.
Now, here's something that the iPhone can't do, or Siri can't do, that Google can. Without having input anything, I can dim the lights. Hey Google, dim lights to 20%.
Got it. Setting the desk lamp brightness to 20%.
Excellent. Hey Google, turn off desk lamp.
Sure, turning off the desk lamp.
Now just before we go, hey Siri, turn on gorgeous.
Okay, done.
Now you don't have to use your voice when you want to change the colors. You can simply click on the lamp itself here. Now this is the gorgeous scene color, and I'm going to show you this by turning off the light so that you can see the array of colors it has. So obviously in gorgeous it's just changing to these colors randomly, but you can actually choose the color yourself. If you want to choose green permanently, have it on blue. You also have the levelers here. You can have it quite dark blue. And don't forget the whites. Here you can see it's got this gorgeous white color, or very warm color. You can lower that, or you can have it really bright for when you need to study. So there you have the lamps in all their glory. Now I'm going to show you 4 steps. The first step is how to download the apps to your respective phones, and we're going to do both phones at the same time. The second part, I'm going to show you how to add your voice. Obviously, that's where the differences lie, because we add Siri voice activation to the iPhone and the Google Assistant to the Android. In the third part, I'm going to show you how you can share all of those settings with your respective family members, and you can either give them full power or only the power to use the settings you have created. And finally, I'm going to show you how to add the sensor so that when you walk into a room, the lights will come on after 5 seconds, and if nobody moves for 10 minutes or however long you time it for, then the lights will go off. So with that in mind, let's go to part 1, where we're going to install the apps and connect the bulbs to your phones.
It's the Tefl-Dude.
Now to start with, before we begin, you're going to need 4 things. You're going to need the bulbs. Now I've chosen the E27, which is the traditional bulb, and the E14 for my floor lamp, which is going to be on my iPhone, and the E27 for my desk lamp, which is going to be on my Android phone. Now these lamps only cost €6, and they're one of the best value for money multicolored lamps on the market today. You're going to need to download the apps. Now obviously the Hama Smart Home app goes without saying, but if you're going to use the voice activation, you're going to have to download Google Assistant. Now you do not need Google Home, even though people might tell you this, but we're going to use only Google Assistant. And here, along with the main app, we're going to add shortcuts in order to get Siri to identify our commands. The third thing you need is an email address in order to register the product, because you do need to register it. There is another bulb I use where you don't need to add a registration, but this one you do. And you can go to this tempmail.org if you just want to get a throwaway email. Finally, you're going to need to know the name of your internet, and you're going to need to know the password, but not the 5 GB or the 5 gigahertz internet. You need to make sure both phones are on 2.4 gigahertz internet. Now later, once you've installed the lamps, I'll show you that I can go back to the 5 gigahertz and I can still use the lamps. This is just for installation purposes only. So let's start with the bulbs. So the first thing we needed to do was to install the bulbs, but don't switch them on yet. We have to download and open up the app on the respective devices. So let's do that now. And agree to the terms. Once you've agreed to the terms, now you need to log in with your email address because you'll get a code. Okay, so now we're going to put in our new email address and register with the iPhone first. Okay, so that's done and we click and agree. Now we should get a verification code which should arrive in this box here. Okay, so I can click on that and there it is, 220168. And then we set up a simple password for ourselves. Okay, so it's happy with that one. And then we're going to go straight to the app. Now we have to press continue. And now we're ready to rock and roll. Now let's do the same for the Android. Okay, so I've got that email in now. Just have to agree. And again, I should get a code for this. Put in a password. Once again, go to the app. And that's it. Now we're ready to rock and roll. In order to connect, to add a device, you'll be warned with, please allow us to join the network. You say allow. And the same here. To add a device, it says continue to allow your location whilst using the app. Okay, so I'm ready to add a bulb, and here it says Bluetooth will be needed to be given permission. So if I just click continue, you'll notice I have another red dot here. So I'm going to have to click on that and go to set in order to accept the Bluetooth and allow it. Okay, now we're both on the same page. So let's do our Android bulb first. So I'm going to click on this. Now this Android device only accepts 2.4 gigahertz. I can't get it on the 5 gigahertz, so I don't have to worry about changing it. But there is the name of my internet, and that is the name I'm also going to need to use on the iPhone. And obviously now I have to add in the password. So let's add in the password there. Okay, and now I'm going to click next. And you can see that it's waiting for the bulb to be activated. Now I'm going to do the same on the iPhone. Click on bulb, and it knows the name of my internet, but it requires me to put in the password again. Now, if the name of your internet is not there, there could be the case that it's not there. What I advise you to do is, on both phones, go into the setting, go into your Wi-Fi, click on the two 0.4 gigahertz one. And there at the top, you can see the name of your Wi-Fi. So that's what you need to do in order to find the name of your Wi-Fi. And obviously you'll know the password. And the same here. If I go here to find out the name of your Wi-Fi, go into settings, go into connection, and you can see at the top Netgear Spot and the name of the Wi-Fi. So let's go back to our flashing bulb, and here I'm going to put the password in the iPhone as well. Okay, that's done, so I'm going to click done and next, and that's also flashing. So first of all, I'm going to activate the Android bulb, which is the lamp, the desk lamp. Now because it's on green, I'm going to have to turn it off and on. So start again. 1, 2, 3. So you have to turn it off and on 3 times. It's flashing, so I'm going to click confirm and see what happens. Success. Now we click done and save the password, yes. And there is our lamp all registered. Now it says desk lamp. Now you can click here and change that name to anything you like. So you can, I'm calling it desk lamp, but you can call it whatever you like. Floor lamp, bedroom lamp, as you wish. So let's go back. And here we have the desk lamp. At the moment, it doesn't belong to any living room or bedroom because we haven't logged our house in yet. We'll do that later. Let's first of all get a lamp added to this device too. I'm going to use the big floor lamp. On, off, on, leave it, and there it is. Okay, so now I just confirm it's rapidly, and you can see it's given it the name of a number, which is annoying. I'm going to change that to big floor lamp, I think I called it last time. So now I can click next, and there it is. Remember, you can click on this little icon here and change the name. But I'm happy with that name and click done. And once again, we have our lamps with the various colors that we like. So we're going back here, and notice it doesn't belong to a living room or bedroom. To do that, to incorporate that, we have to go to our profiles. So I'm going to profile on Android first. So here we are. Now you need to click on Home Management and My Home. And I'm just going to call this Sam Home, so because it's a Samsung. Now also, before you click save, get your location, and this helps with the Wi-Fi and everything else. So you can obviously type in your location, but I've always found it better to use your fingers and draw in. Actually, it's found me. So there I am. It's not just the 45, but it's close enough. It's around that area. So I'm just going to click OK and save. Now, before I click save, what you can do is delete some of these rooms if you don't have them, or add a room if you have another room. I don't have a study room. I have a kitchen. I don't have a dining room, and I don't have a second bedroom, but I do have those 3. So I'm just going to click save, complete, and now just go backwards and click on Home. And there you can see I've got living room, bedroom, kitchen, and at the moment I've got no bulbs assigned to any of those rooms. but I do have a device here. I have the bulb here. So what you can do is just click on this 3 dots, go to Room Management, and click on the living room. And now I can add this desk lamp to the living room. So I'm clicking that, I'm clicking Save, and there, living room with 1 device. So we go back, and now if I click on living room, you can see the desk lamp is there. Excellent. And that's about all that's to it for installing the lamps. So let's do the same thing on the iPhone. So here I'm going into Profile, Home Management, My Home, and now I'll just enter My Home, get the location, so click OK and save. Now you can see I've saved all the rooms. I don't have all the rooms, but it doesn't matter. So if I go back to Home, you can see I have living room here and no devices added. So what you need to do is, once again, click on the 3 dots, go to Room Management, click on Living Room and add the big floor lamp. Save. Now remember here, I also need to add the tiny lamp. So I'm just going to do that quickly. It's going to be exactly the same way, probably a lot quicker actually. So I click to the top, add a device. It's going to be a bulb. Now it remembers my password and everything. Wonderful. Click Next and turn on the device. Now in this one, because I've already added rooms, it gives me the option of adding this to one of these rooms. So I'll add it to the living room. And it just allows me to change the color of whatever I want to do. So now you have your lamps installed, and maybe that's all you need. If you're happy to press the buttons and change the colors and go that route, then fine. But for part 2, let's go on to part 2, where I'm going to show you how to voice activate these devices.
Hey, it's the Tefl-Dude.
So now we're going to look at how to add voice to both devices, but we're going to do the iPhone first. So if you have an Android phone, please skip forward to the Android part. Now, in order to add a voice, we have to add the scene. So let's create a scene. Go to Tap and Run. You don't have to go automation. Go to Tap and Run and create a scene. Now, first of all, let's turn both our lights purple. Tap Run, Run Device, and we'll go to the big floor lamp first. We'll choose Colored Light, purple, save, and switch on, save. Next, and now we're going to add the other lamp. So they go on at the same time, that is. So that's the tiny floor lamp. We want the colored light, kind of purplish, save, and we're going to click it on. Next. Now before we go, let's change the name of this. So let's click here, call it Purple Floor Lamps On. Now I'm going to make this purple as well, and you can change the icon if you want to. It's all part of the fun. And click Save. Now in order to activate it with Siri, you have to click on Add to Siri. So let's do that. Now normally you would just click Done and it will work, but maybe it's better if you use your own voice properly. So I'm going to click this Purple floor lamps on. Okay, so let's see if it works. Hey Siri, purple floor lamps on.
Okay, done.
Yay, excellent. Now, sometimes if it goes wrong, just change the way you're phrasing it. Sometimes it'll say, oh, I don't see anything in your device. Change the phrase. So, I'm going to now want to switch them off. So we tap to launch and simply select both lamps to switch off and save. Next, add another one. We're going to add the tiny floor lamp once again, off. Next, and change the language. Big floor lamps off. Just click here and then go OK. It's fine. And save. Now, if I was to press that button, the lights would go off. But let's see if Siri can do it for us. Let's add to Siri. I'm going to add my own voice. Big floor lamps off. Okay. And let's see if it works. Hey Siri. Big floor lamps off.
Okay, done.
Excellent. Now, if you want those gorgeous lamps that we had before, remember it might be wise to put your lamps in those modes first, because I think it only reacts to if you have it in the scene mode. Like here, this is on gorgeous mode. So let's leave that and put this one on. I'm not sure if you can actually change the scenes. That's the thing. For instance, this one, let's go to the scene and we'll choose gorgeous as well. So they're both on gorgeous at the moment, which means they're constantly changing different colors. So once again, launch the app, run the device. Let's do the bigger one first. And we want to add the scene, save, and switch on. If you forget to switch on, it's very difficult. You have to delete it and start again. So next, add another one. Add the tiny light, scene, save, on. Next. And I'm just going to call it floor lamps gorgeous, I think. Now I do want it to be purple, so oh no, it's going to be different colours, so I'll leave it red and something like that. Big floor lamps gorgeous. Okay, let's save that. Let's add it to Siri. I'm going to do my voice again. Big floor lamps gorgeous. Let's see if it works. Hey Siri. Big floor lamps gorgeous.
Okay, done.
So now let's move on to the Android phone and add Google Assistant. So now we move over to the Android device, and here, pretty much the same as the iPhone if you did watch it, you have to click on the Smart Scene and create a scene. We'll click on the tap to run, create a scene, and most of the time it's just tap to run. And if I tap something, I'm going to run this device, the desk lamp, and let's make it green. So colored lamp, make it green, save, and make sure you click on and save. Next. Now let's change the phrase because that's going to be important. Desk lamp green. In fact, why not make this icon green as well? So there we go. So there's our icon. Click OK and save. Now, obviously, if I click this, the desk lamp will go green, as you can see. Let's switch it off for a moment. Now, we probably should add one more, which is the desk lamp off. So let's just do that quickly. And will be off. Click Save, Next, and Save. Now, I must change that wording. So click on the three dots, click on here, and click Desk Lamp Off. Okay. Okay, so now we have to add the Google Assistant. So if you haven't already done this, download and click on the Google Assistant. Now, most people will say that you should download the Home app, but you don't need it. If you get asked to do this, don't do it. So all you have to do is click on these three buttons here. Then click Explore More from Assistant and find Things and click in the word Hama. Smart Home, and you can see Hama turns up and it says Setup, but I think it's already set up. But if not, you can always click Setup here. And that will take you to this, all the things that it can control, but you'd have to scroll down a long way to get to the letter H. And I've clicked on the Hama. And then it says Continue, so I've clicked Continue. And now it will say, please put in your email address. So let's do that. Okay, so you put in your email address, and that's the email address you registered the Hama with. I've changed my Hama device to register with this one because the other email, because it deletes after like a few hours, wasn't working. So I re-entered with a proper email address. Now this is the password I typed in for the Hama, not the password of your real email address. It's just for what you registered with the Hama. So it says verification success. So that's why you should really use a legitimate email. So I'm going to authorize the control. So it says linking your Hama Smart Home account. Successfully linked, yay! So let's start adding to this setting. So I'm going to go back to my Hama area, wherever that is, here. Now, notice the red dot, there is a message here, but it probably just says that I've linked to Google, that's all. So nothing much there. Let's go back to my scenes. I could simply say, hey Google, turn desk lamp on.
All right, turning on the desk lamp.
And it turned it on without the word green. I do prefer it if it has the word green in it because I might be using other colours. So, hey Google, turn desk lamp off.
Sure, turning off the desk lamp.
So I'm going to rephrase that to now let's see if that works. Hey Google, turn green desk lamp on.
Okay, activating the desk lamp green.
Ta-da! See, it's all about phraseology sometimes with these. Let's move on to our next part where I show you how you can put all of your settings. Let's say you've made all the different colors of desk lamps. Not every household member has to do that. You just simply share your inventory with them. And I'm going to show you how to do that in part 3.
It's the Tefl-Dude.
In this part 3, we're going to show you how to quickly and easily share all the hard work you've done with the people in your household. It could even be for guests as well. All you simply have to do is make sure they have this app on their phone and they've registered themselves. But you need to know the email they registered themselves with. You don't need to know their password. So I'm going to add it to my iPad device here. All you simply do is go to the profile, go to Home Management, My Home, and simply add a member. And they should have an app account. And their name, let's say the name is Andrew, and their email. Now, I'm going to make them just a common family member. If you have a husband or wife, you might want to make them administrator. And simply save, and they should receive a message on their app. And you can see here, I've got this thing where it says accept invitation. So I simply click accept, and look at that. I've got immediately the same thing that they have. Now let's go to the final part where I show you how to add the sensor so that when you walk into a room, it turns on, and when you leave the room, it turns off. That's in part 4.
It's the Tefl-Dude.
Now we come to the part where we're going to add the sensor. Now I've taken it out of the box. You do get tools to stick it to the wall, but this is what you have to be careful of. In order to get into the back, you have to just twist it just a little bit anti-clockwise, and then the back falls off. So don't try breaking it off, otherwise you'll damage it. So I've taken off the cellophane, so the batteries are actually in and working now. And maybe I'll take them off just to reset it. Okay, so that's not working now. There's no power coming through there. So once again, put it at an angle, and it's on. And it's ready to start working, but we have to activate it on the app. So first thing we're going to do is go to our living room, because that's where I'm going to put the sensor. Doesn't matter where you put it. I'm going to add the device. Sensors. There's 2 types of sensors you can get. So we've got this one. Once again, it knows we can always use the Wi-Fi, and this should blink. Now, if it's not blinking rapidly, like mine is off and on, there's a reset button inside it. So we're going to take off the back again, and just here there's a black button. You can see it there. There's a black button, and that is the reset button. So I'm going to hold that for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see if it's blinking rapid. Now it's blinking rapidly. So now we can confirm that. Click next. I'll put the back on. So let's see what happens here. Okay, it's registering. Excellent. And the device is added. Excellent stuff. So we can add it to the living room. Click here. Done. There is some notifications that you can get and things like that, but I wouldn't worry about that for now. So let's turn our buttons off first. It's got a number. Let's just call it sensor. Stupid to have a number. Sensor 1, in case you have 2. So there it is. Location in living room. Okay, now in order to create a sensor for the lamp, we go to Create Scene. And this time it's whenever the device changes. So we add the device, the sensor, and this time it has to be PIR on. So PIR on, I think that's physical recognition or something. And then we want to run the device and put the living room lamp. Let's use the white light save, and let's have the switch on. Okay, next, save. Start using it. Okay, so now the lamp's not on and the sensor is pointing away from me. So I'm going to put my arm out in front of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it turns on in about 5 seconds. Now, in order to turn it off, it's going to stay on forever. You have to add another device. So this time, when the status changes, we're going to say sensor PR on, because we want it to be on. Then we want to add a delay. So here we want a delay of, let's say, 30 seconds, because I want it to show it how it works quite quick. So let's say a delay of 30 seconds. So that means the bulb, if nobody moves within 30 seconds, it's going to turn itself off. Next, we've got a delay. Next, run the device, living room lamp, switch off. And that's all we have to do. Next, and save. Start using, yes. Okay, they're in a different order because the switch off is at the top and the switch on is at the bottom, but it doesn't matter. So let's switch off the bulb and then we'll try the switch on and off thing. So it's off now. Here's our scenes. I come in, I start walking around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's on. And now let's see, in 30 seconds it should go off. Let's have a look. Ta-da! See, in 30 seconds it went off because nobody moved. If people kept moving within that 30-second period, it would never go off. So you might decide you want it to turn off if nobody moves for 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and that way you can just leave and not worry about it. I guess they're good for use in toilets where if you have kids, they keep forgetting to switch the light off. You can put it on, and as soon as they walk in, it turns on, and it gives them like 5 minutes, and then it will turn itself off. So, okay, that's all for today. So remember, you can buy the cheapest lamp ever and turn it into a magnificent party lamp that goes off and on and different colours. Believe me, when you experiment with all these different coloured lamps, it will amaze you. Enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, give this a like. See you on the next video.